Welcome back to WBTV News this morning on Bounce TV. And boy, do we have a treat with us here live in the studio right now. If you're a fan of women's fiction and romance novels, you already recognize who this woman is, Debbie Macomber. She's a #1 New York Times bestselling author. It is so exciting to have you here live on Bounce TV this morning.
It is my pleasure.
And you're here for good reason in Charlotte, right?
Yes, yes. Vino and verse.
And that's an event happening at the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Library, which is sold out, by the way. More than 800 people wanted to come and see you speak. And you've got 2 of your books here that you've just released. Tell us about these.
Oh, both of these are so close to my heart. I'm so excited about each book. Love Letters is based on love letters, but I got the idea when I found my mother's journal from World War II.
Wow.
And every entry was a love letter to my dad. And my dad was a POW. And the entries before she found out that he was a POW were just heart-wrenching. It started out with no letter from Ted, no letter from Ted. And then one really just heartfelt. It goes, oh, God, please. You know, she didn't know.
Wow. Wow.
And then Mr. Miracle is a book that I wrote that is taken from Scripture. Hebrews 13:2, we entertain angels unaware. And so he comes to earth, he's an angel, to help people.
Where do you get your inspiration when you write your books? Obviously, you're such a success. I'm sure there's pressure each time you're ready to write another book to make it even better. Where do you get your inspiration from, would you say?
Well, I usually joke and say 2 house payments.
That'll motivate you, won't it?
Yeah. But the truth is, this is what God created me to do, was to write books. I love what I do. Every day, I'm excited about going in and facing that computer. I'm far more comfortable behind a computer screen than I am in front of a camera, I'll tell you.
Well, you look fantastic today. And obviously, a lot of people are so excited to see you tonight at this inaugural Verse and Vino event. More than 800 people are attending. It's got to be an honor for them to have asked you to come to this and kick this off.
I think my reputation preceded me. It's wine and I love wine. Wine and books, I mean, my 2 passions.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, it is just so amazing to have you here. Are you working on another book?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Always, always. And this one is just equally good.
Yeah.
Equally good.
How many books have you published so far in your career?
You know, I don't know, but I have a very long history. I started with a rented typewriter on the kitchen table and 4 little kids running around. And so my career is long. I've written over 100 books.
100 books.
Yeah.
And what will you be talking to folks about tonight?
I'm going to talk about how important libraries are in my own personal experience. When I was a kid, the very first book I was ever handed came to me from a librarian, and that librarian was Beverly Cleary.
Wow. Wow. You remember her name? You remember who she is?
Yeah, well, she's a very famous children's author.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, I do recognize it. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So happy to have you here in Charlotte. I know people are going to be very happy to be hearing from you tonight. And yes, library is very important. So thank you for sending that message out.
Oh, you're so welcome,
It's an honor to meet you, too. It's great.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this break.